Hello YouTube fans, and welcome to Retire in Lake Chapala. We provide you with all the information you need to make informed decisions about moving to Lake Chapala. Inspection day. It's one of those days that's a bit of a nail biter at times, and we're going to do an inspection on a house. So you'll see a little bit of that process, and throughout the video we'll talk a little bit about the buying process as well. We're located in beautiful Vista Alegre today. Vista Alegre is one of the most beautiful communities lakeside and has a nice common facility, which I'll show you in a moment. And then we'll go in and we'll start looking at this home. So stay with us and find out about inspection in Lake Chapala. These homes are just gorgeous here in Vista Alegre. Very few two-stories here, mostly a rancher style. Got the backdrop of the mountains here, which will turn perfectly green come summertime. It's your little paradise. Beautiful, beautiful common facility here in Vista Alegre. Nice clubhouse area where you can have some workouts and gatherings. Has a full kitchen and a couple of excellent solid surface tennis courts. Let's start checking out the house. Here's a good example of the filtration system. Inside this blue box here we have a UV light, and this UV light of course kills bacteria. The owners have been keeping track of when they change the UV light. It should be done every year. And you can see there's a Rainbird system here, an in-ground sprinkler system. An on-demand water heater. And here we see the rest of the filtration system, these two containers. And a pressure tank, which provides pressure for the house. They've also exhausted this on-demand water heater, which is very good. Some homes we see that don't exhaust it, and the ceiling's all black, but they've exhausted that. That's excellent.
It's kind of like where something's been repaired in the past. And you can kind of tell a lot of times you get water in behind it.
Yep.
So you get like little cracks in here. Hear the difference?
Yes.
So sometimes they could be a little bit hollow. You'll get that all over Mexico.
So this is not unusual.
Yeah.
But we should know that it's here.
Right. So what you're really looking at is, things are actually falling off the wall.
Right.
But you'll get that kind of cracking. You can see it kind of up in here. But when
Yeah.
you get like a real good spot like that,
Right.
that's what you're kind of looking at.
And when it rains, I don't know if it rains directly on
Well,
it.
so you get these little gutters.
Oh, so it comes out
so
of
right.
there.
So it just comes out this top, and then it just
Oh.
comes right down here. So you don't get too many gutters
Yeah.
in Mexico either.
Right. So it's a good sign that there's a gutter.
Right. That's just the
Yeah. So we should just keep an eye out on those things.
right.
Ah, this is the cistern.
So here in Lake Chapala we have a cistern, so we have water held for the house. This is looks quite a large one, be 5 or 10,000 liter. I'm not sure.
I think it's a 5.
You think it's a 5,000? Mm-hmm.
The wall starts about right here. And it's up about here. So
Whoa.
So the water comes in off the street, and you can see there's a ball valve here, just like a float valve in the toilet tank. And when it fills up, the water stops coming in. I'm not sure how often in this community they release water, possibly every day. Some communities only 3 times a week.
And this is a reserve water supply in case the regular water supply.
Yeah, you'd have always have water, coming out, even though, if you had a community shutdown.
Right,
This
so
water.
you have this.
Cause you got you got a pump, it's right here.
And where does this water come from?
They release it, right, honey?
Well, it should be coming from, if you have municipal water, it comes in and fills up, so every day.
So there's piping under here?
Right.
I got it. So they always refill your reserve water.
Right.
And how do you get rid of this reserve water to make room for the next?
Well, I don't know if you have certain times where you get water, because some places you only have a certain time of day where it actually fills.
Right.
And this fills up, and then after that, you pump off this, so every day it's refilling. You're not paying to have it refilled, it just refills on its own.
But where does this water go to take?
This water right here is what's going through your house, right here.
Oh, so water comes in here and then the water
Fills
is
up
fed
this
from
tank.
here into the house?
Goes into your filter system over here, runs through your.
Oh, I
into the
see.
house.
So this is the source of our water.
Right.
I thought it was a separate reserve system.
Right.
Got it. Thank you. There it
Then
is.
you have like flagstone sidewalks and stuff.
Yeah.
So your water comes down, you can have, laying water, and it kinda gets up underneath it.
Yeah.
That can kind of push your stones up a little bit,
Yep.
or also make them sink. But there again.
Make them sink, really?
Right.
This home happens to have an additional water heater on the other side of the house. This is super convenient. So this is going to service the 2 bedrooms, whereas the one we saw earlier in the bodega and the garage services the kitchen. There's a broken plastic cover here on this light switch. This is an outdoor light switch, and normally there's a flexible plastic covering. Time and sun has made the plastic brittle, and this is broken off now. Many homes lakeside don't have gutters. This one they've put an aluminum gutter on. So that's going to carry the water away from the house, which is just what you want to have. This particular house has drainage all the way along the outside of the patio. There's a very, very slight slope coming in from the backyard, but any rain that falls is going to be kept away from the patio by this drainage system that they put in. So here we're looking at the Boveda ceiling. This is the top of the Boveda ceiling. And they're checking to make sure that the drain scuppers are open and in the right place to carry the water away. And also checking to see the quality of the roofing materials on this Boveda ceiling. This is one of the first time I've seen the solar panels embedded in the roof of the garage. This is a pretty unique feature. Normally solar panels are sticking up or placed on top of the roof, like you can just sort of see in the distance there in that house. They place it right on top of the red tile. In this case, they've actually embedded it right in, so very interesting.
Very little effort
She was really nice about it.
They had a really good roller system there.
I thought all dogs were like that.
Because anytime you got, roof and a wall come together, that's your weak point.
Right.
So that's where you want to really get a good seal.
Yeah, and that seems to be
Right.
sealed well.
So obviously it's not a new paint job.
Right.
And she always
So if
comes
you were having
back and
a
she's
water
been
issue,
trying to just hang
Right.
you'd
around
have that
the
little
house,
bubbling
but
Right.
I thought they
Right.
would
pushing
be,
out your paint.
you
Right.
know, like their cat
Like I said,
senses
you
would go off
don't
to,
have
they would
anything.
smell a dog.
Good.
She's a Bernese.
Oh,
She's a Bernese. She was dropped off with 2 other cats, and our shelter tried to be a no-kill shelter, but there's no cat. It's unadoptable. The 2 cats have shoes drop out. You know,
Loose bricks?
Like I said, there this one lady was going from California, I was just.
Why, that's just from the heat?
And anyway.
It can be.
So this lady was from.
See, that kind of, that's just a mind you
Oh,
create.
I have there.
Now, would it make sense? I see those are black, is that intentional or is that from the fire?
That's for the fire, yeah.
So would it make sense to replace only the black ones?
You can, sometimes you can actually clean these.
Oh, is that
Instead of
right?
replace.
Okay.
Now they're pretty much already kind of cut,
Right.
so it's just a matter of just cleaning them.
Oh, put them back on?
Oh.
Oh. And is there something that could be applied to make sure this doesn't?
I tell you, what's the best thing, because, you know, with the being right here with the most heat,
Yeah.
a lot of times if you're actually gonna do, put something on here,
Uh-huh.
you can put like, what am I gonna say? Not like screen, but like,
Something to protect the brick from.
well, there's something for the actual, your adhesive to stick to.
Uh-huh.
Because this is just on concrete.
Oh, I see. So put,
This area, you're gonna get all most of your heat right here.
okay, so it's not the makeup of the brick that's falling apart.
Yeah, it's not the brick,
But
it's
it's
the actual
stuck on,
way it's applied to.
so you're saying some sort of netting wall?
Yeah, you can
behind
put
the
it
brick.
behind it. A lot of people put, you know, when you like a concrete, they put like a rebar in it to keep it from cracking.
Got it,
Something for that concrete to stick to.
got it.
Or you could actually put your adhesive back on there
Yeah,
and actually put the screen on this side.
uh-huh,
Get it as high as you can,
yeah,
because you can see how they've got like little nails in it.
yeah.
You can do the same thing, and that'll actually help the brick stay.
With the regular cement.
Right.
I live in a small town.
Okay, so a screen either in front of or
Or in the
behind.
back, right, one or the other.
Right.
So here we see where the extreme heat has loosened the adhesive on these bricks, and they just fell right off. These tiles are still good. They can be cleaned and replaced with new adhesive. The inspector will normally check for gas leaks around the fireplace as well.
Good breakers, good number of breakers.
And you have your main shut off.
That's
That's
for the
what
whole
you
house.
want. Right. That's for this whole breaker. So if you want to shut the power off to everything, you know.
That's interesting. We don't have that at home in Massachusetts. We just have the individual.
Well, they got this marked air conditioning mast, so, and it does look like it is going
Ah.
up. So that is probably just for,
The air conditioner.
unless they got air conditioning here and air conditioning here, unless you got two units up there, which I didn't see. Unless it was on that one little spot over there.
Okay. Garbage disposals are unusual.
Yeah, they are in Mexico.
Is there any real reason not to have a disposal?
Well, a lot of times on your own septic system,
Yeah.
having a disposal is not a good thing
Uh-huh.
because it clogs up your pipes.
Yeah.
obviously.
Right.
You don't get
The flow.
you don't get the sewage like you would.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Your sewage goes into big water treatment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sewage here goes
Yeah.
into your, septic or
Right.
where, unless you're on a system, which most people aren't, they're on septic.
Right. Right.
That's why you don't see a lot of.
Okay.
Dishwasher,
Yep. That's in the
it's
back.
lying down. That's kind of laid down, we'll put your cabinet here.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it should actually be elevated.
So we can just put something.
Yeah, you can just hang it
push
up, right, because what you want is like an air gap.
And which is the
That's
washing
it,
machine?
that white plastic thicker one. That's
Oh, in
your
the
drain
back,
for your
in the back.
dishwasher, right, you can see how it's hooked in right here.
So elevate the white plastic.
Yeah,
tube.
elevate it up, so your dishwasher drains better.
Okay.
A lot of times what happens is the water will actually back up in the dishwasher and won't
Oh.
completely drain.
Okay. Okay, so the grounding
You
is
come around
good.
and look at it, see you got the 2 yellow lights, that's telling you got your,
Proper grounding.
right, exactly. Yeah, so.
Everybody's really good about
They're not coming on, huh?
yeah, cause it's, they're in that same boat.
Do you have to push that button there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if the gas is coming on.
So you push the button and then turn it.
We didn't look there.
You may have used up some slots for sailing, so you.
You see, you got
Great,
good pressure.
good. I had a moment of nervousness when you didn't go on.
Yeah, I was just making sure I heard gas.
I would have to.
Well, there's a button on the other side for the other side, the other two, yeah.
They'll actually put the walls up
And then the electrical?
and then they'll do the electrical. Because what they do is they cut grooves in
Yeah.
the wall and then run the boxes.
Oh my God,
And then once that's done, then they put the, covering on.
right,
So, like I said, you kind of want to get your walls up first, and then they do
Right.
electrical. On plumbing, it's kind of the opposite. They'll put the plumbing in as they're going
Huh.
with the walls, because everything's in your walls or in
Right.
the floor or
Right.
above.
and is there any way to tell if they put the walls up
Well, a lot of times, if it's like an added-on outlet that somebody's done,
Yeah.
you'll see, where they like pat groove see how they've got. You see where that's kind of going a little bit.
Yeah,
That's original though. That's just the
Okay.
way the wall was done.
huh,
But a lot of times, if it's a new outlet, you'll see
the
where
line,
and then they try to patch over it.
yeah,
A lot of times, like I said, you get this this is not very much texture. It's more just paint
right,
with the concrete
yeah, yeah,
masonry,
yeah,
and then just paint it.
right. Okay.
Like in my house,
Lines
I
everywhere?
can see where they put it. I've been retexturing my walls and trying to get everything nice and smooth as much as I can.
Oh, is that right?
We've moved windows and we've moved doors,
Huh,
and I was waiting to get all that done so I could texture my walls so
Right.
you didn't see all that,
Right.
that patchwork
Right.
going.
Over the ceilings in this room, and we checked over the ceilings for spalding, which is any moisture that leaks through, and you start to see little white powdery spots on the ceiling because of moisture. And this ceiling is in perfect condition, completely dry, no water's ever touched it.
Good half-inch thick. Really? These aren't.
So there you have it, folks. I hope you get a little bit of an idea of what inspectors are looking for when they inspect a house. It's a little bit different here in Mexico than it is up north. And if you have any questions about this home or about inspecting in general, you can contact me. The inspector today was Cloverleaf Inspectors, and these two guys are really great and very thorough. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.